Hello, Scorpios, and welcome to this, your November 15th through November 30th reading and predictions. For those of you who are new here, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for continuing to support my little channel. All right, we're going to get going with your reading. All right, last month, your reading was all about you having achieved and manifested something that you had been wanting to accomplish. And then the cards called you in to manifest some more, to continue on your path and your journey of realizing how powerful you are and your ability to be able to manifest. So let's take a look at your cards. We've got one card out. Now, for those of you who are new here, I do not edit my videos, so what you see is what you get. And therefore, if your cards happen to go flying onto the floor, you get to see me reach down and get them. Okay, so the first card out is the Lovers card. How exciting. Okay, so Scorpio, last month your cards were telling you, hey, you've done a really great job on manifesting and implementing the law of attraction and accomplishing what you want, but your work was not finished yet. You still had further to go. And we are starting right off with the Lovers. And then the second card that came out for you is the High Priestess. You have two cards, both from the Major Arcana, to start off your reading, indicating that right now, as we sit here in the middle of November, as I record this reading for you, this is indicating that there is a new relationship on the horizon for you. Now, for those of you who are in a romantic, committed relationship already, don't go turning the computer off just yet. And here's why. When the Lovers card comes out, it does not indicate that your existing relationship is going to end and there's a new one coming in, unless, of course, that is what you want to manifest. But instead, what it can indicate is that the dynamic within your existing relationship is changing and shifting. So perhaps you had been feeling like things had become a little bit stale and you were looking to inject some new excitement into your relationship. This Lovers card is indicating that that's what's going to happen. And for those of you who are single out there and seeking, this Lovers card is indicating that your new person that you've been working towards manifesting has either already come in and you've met them and you just don't quite realize the extent or the depth of the relationship yet, or you're already moving towards that new relationship. So either way, some exciting times. I'm just going to adjust my camera here. It's wobbling a little bit. Okay. And the other card that you got here is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess card is the card of intuition and tapping into that still small voice that is within all of us, and tapping in a more gentle way to access it, using your using that feminine energy. And the reason I point that out is that it's not about male or female. It is about masculine energy versus feminine energy. And that really comes down to, do we need to hit this idea over the head with a hammer, or can we access it by sitting back and using cooler heads in order to be able to come up with a decision? Okay. The High Priestess also is a card indicating that your intuition is developing more at this time, and it's a call towards listening and really tapping into that. Let's take a look at what you've been focusing on. And we got cards jumping out everywhere. Okay, so let's read the cards in the order in which they came out. We have more Major Arcana cards coming out here. We have the Innocence card coming out here. this is a card, again, that's reinforcing this high priestess here. Oh, wow. Okay. It's reinforcing the high priestess and this call towards slowing down, going within, paying attention to our intuition, which is that still small voice within us, but also paying attention to the little wonders in life. And this is one of the things that you'll be focusing on for the remainder of November. You'll notice on this card, you have a character here, and he has a praying mantis just sitting up on his finger, and he is just in quiet contemplation of the wonder of this little tiny creature that's on his finger. And that's one of the things that we're being called towards when this card comes up, is watching things with childlike innocence, where we're not influencing what we're watching based upon our previous teachings and knowledge. And instead, we're just looking at them and just going, wow. The next card that we have here is the creativity card. The creativity card is right next to the high priestess in the major arcana of the tarot. And it's a card, again, calling towards that divine feminine. And this card in particular is almost always depicted with a female who is pregnant or ready to give birth, thus giving us that sense that what we create, we can then birth and bring into our 3D world. So you've got some really powerful cards coming up here for you, Scorpio, just huge. But then you have the Four of Swords coming in here. And the Four of Swords is a card of postponement. And the real question is, when there's a postponement in our lives, is it as a result of us postponing something? Sorry, the sun just came out from behind a cloud and I'm all washed out right now. Let me see if I can. There, that's a little better. The postponement card is the Four of Swords. And if you look at this card, the picture of this card from the traditional tarot, it's an image of somebody who is lying on their back, just resting. In other words, they're being called into a time of quiet contemplation, of withdrawing from the busyness of their life, the busyness of their home, and taking time for themselves, thus postponing what they had been working towards. Now, is it really postponing it or not? It depends on your perspective. It depends on where you're at with your contemplation, and it depends on where you're at with your manifestation. If you are at that point where your manifestation is working towards getting out into the real world, so to speak, and into the 3D world, then you have, I'm just having a terrible time with the lighting here today. Then you have this push towards getting out there and doing it. But when you have this innocence card here, you've got the creativity card here, which corresponds to the Empress, and you've got the High Priestess here. You've got 3 cards in a row, all from the major arcana, all saying withdraw, go within, pay attention to your intuition. And then you have the Four of Swords reinforcing that again by way of saying withdraw, pay attention to your intuition. You don't have to be go, go, go all the time. And the final card in what you are focusing on is the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. The Ace of Pentacles is representative of maturity, and it's representative of new beginnings, particularly when it comes to money and finances. Okay. The next card that we're going to pull for you is cards of difficult influences or challenges that you may be experiencing at this time. Yeah, I can't believe, Scorpio, I can't believe how many cards you have coming out here, all reinforcing that tap into your intuition at this time. Um, but you also had the Lover's card as your very first card. And this is indicating that, to me anyway, this is indicating that with regards to the development of a new relationship or a shift in your existing relationship, if that's where you're at, um, this is telling me that you need some contemplation in order to be able to, first of all, determine and clarify exactly what it is that you want out of the relationship and how you see the relationship in the future. But as well, there's this necessity for you to ensure that your past perception of relationships doesn't come forward and influence this new relationship or this new dynamic in your existing relationship if you're already in a relationship. I have not turned over your card yet for your difficult influences. Before I do, I just want to reiterate, you've got the Lover's card here, indicating new relationship or new dynamic in your relationship. And then you've got the High Priestess coming in saying, meditate, go within, develop your intuition. There's something you need to know. You've got the Innocence card saying, go within and look at the little things. You've got the Empress coming in, creativity and intuition. You've got postponement coming in, and then you've got Ace of Rainbows, also known as Ace of Pentacles, saying there is something else new coming up on the horizon. My intuition is telling me right now, Scorpio, that the reason that you've got all of these cards pushing you towards intuition and listening to that still small voice is because you've had some bad experiences in past relationships, and those negative influences, those negative experiences that you've had are now throwing shade on your perception of what's possible. There's a part of you that's saying, yippee, here we go. And then there's that past little voice from the past saying, be careful. You got burned last time. Everyone's like that. And the reality is that not everyone is like that, but that still small voice in your head is influencing you. And it's up to you to determine whether that voice that's throwing shade at your new relationship, whether it's real or not. And that's why you've got literally 4 cards here saying, listen to your intuition right now. And going into your difficult influences, you have the Courage card. Okay. Difficult influences and challenges at this time in relation to this situation, Scorpio, is that you're shying away from wanting to deal with this, wanting to take the bull by the horns, so to speak. You're at that point where you're like, I really don't want to deal with this. I'm super excited. I've got a new relationship. Do I listen to my intuition? Don't I? Do I listen to the small voice? Don't I? I just want to enjoy this. Well, the Innocence card is saying, by all means, enjoy it. Enjoy the little things and the little tickles in your stomach and all of those things. And have the courage to speak your truth when it comes up. Let's move into messages that the universe wants you to hear at this time. Ah, okay. The messages that the universe wants you to hear at this time oftentimes correspond to or have almost identical meanings to other cards in your reading. And in this case, 100%. In your difficult influences, you have the courage card. And messages you need to hear: possess self-confidence. Okay. Really, really embrace your self-confidence right now, Scorpio. And the other message that the universe wants you to hear at this time is love is your energy. Well, obviously, the very first card in your reading was the Lovers. Okay. All right, let's look into what is unexpected for you. Sorry, my camera is shaking all over the place. I am in my RV doing this reading, and my fat cat has moved around a couple of times. And as well, it's really windy today, so it is shaking all over the place. I do apologize. Okay, let's have a look. Oh my goodness. You have two more major arcana cards right now, Scorpio. It is unusual, given that the tarot has 78 cards and 21 cards of the 78 are major arcana. It is unusual for someone to receive this many major arcana in a reading. At this point in time in your reading, you have 6 major arcana cards that have come out. Wow. This indicates that the energies that are influencing you right now, think of it this way. When the minor arcana come out, it's someone saying, hey, look over there. Hey, you might want to pay attention to that. When the major arcana come out, it's them saying, yeah, look over there. Oh my gosh. Okay. And that's essentially what's happening right now is all of these cards have these powerful messages. So in your unexpected, you have the Justice card, and the Justice card can potentially indicate a legal outcome, either in your favor or against you, one way or the other. If you're driving, this card can kind of be your heads up. Don't be speeding when the Justice card comes up. But the Justice card is also a card to seek guidance from your inner self on situations that are bubbling up for you. And the Justice card is also a card of karma. What you put out, you get back. So in your unexpected, what you put out, you get back. Karma, justice. And the reason I was saying, oh my, when I turned over your unexpected is because with all of these cards that have come out, oh, you do have, wait a minute, you have 7 major arcana, because this is major arcana as well, this courage card. Remember I said that you had 4 cards calling you to step back, go within, pay attention to your intuition? You now have a 5th card, and this is the card that screams, yells, and hollers. It is time for you to withdraw and listen to your intuition. This is the Hermit, and this card is coming up in your unexpected. Is this unexpected, Scorpio? Absolutely not. I am absolutely not surprised. When you already had 4 cards basically saying, listen to your intuition, it is time to withdraw, including this 4 of Swords. So the 4 of Swords was kind of saying, hey, you might need to postpone things and go within and lie back and listen to your intuition. This one is screaming, Scorpio, it is time to withdraw. It is time to listen to your intuition. All right, where are we going for your final general overall outcome? We're going to head over here to the fairy deck. And let's see what the fairies have to say about your final outcome. Oh, this wind is just rocking the whole trailer today. It is a little unpleasant. It's a little disconcerting, actually. Okay. Only one card came out. Okay, so my internet just went out halfway through this and I don't know where it actually cut out. So let me just go back to this Hermit card. In your unexpected, you had the Justice card in your unexpected. This is the card of karma. It is also the card of, make sure you're not speeding. There could be legal issues coming up for you. But it's also what you put out is what you get back. You have the Hermit card, which is reinforcing these other cards. You have 5 cards in your reading, Scorpio, all saying it is time for you to withdraw, go within, and pay attention to your intuition. And I had just pulled your final card of your reading. I did pull it from the fairy deck right before the power went out. So I'm not quite sure where it left off, but hopefully this video isn't too wonky right at the end here. The 9 of Summer, also known as the 9 of Cups. This card is known as the wish fulfilled card. Wishes really do come true. This is a beautiful card to round out your reading that started with the Lovers card, and it's going to end off here with the 9 of Summer, indicating that what you are working towards manifesting in your relationship, be that a brand new relationship or be that a changing or shifting dynamic in your existing relationship, Scorpio, you will be successful in your endeavors. All right. So thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. I'm sorry about all of this rocking, shaking camera, as well as the glitch in the middle. It is the joys of being nomadic. So I hope that this resonated for you. If it did, please consider giving the video a like and also subscribing to my channel. And I hope that I will have the opportunity to do your next reading for you at the beginning of December.